Today we are going to test some insane piece of electric machinery. I will try to down this beast. That is why I need some defensive clothes to be prepared for such a trial. Well, it seems that will do. Let's go. Okay, not so insane, but anyway, quite an interesting product. Hi guys, as usually it's me, just a voiceover, and you're watching Review Machines. If you haven't noticed, summer is gone. It's already autumn, but we still can catch a bit of bicycle season and enjoy a nice beautiful day, and review this curious bike. I bought this bike at Aliexpress. I like this variant cause it's one of the most compact electric bike on the market. Besides, it has decent characteristics and the price is quite affordable. Well, it looks like a good bargain. That is why I bought it. I've already ridden this bike several days and can share with you my first impressions of this product. It's compact foldable electric bike, which is called Fiido. Such tiny bikes are becoming more and more popular, and some people say that they are even better than numerous electric scooters. Despite it's so tiny, it's definitely not a kid stuff. Let's look at this bike in detail. First of all, I'd like to say that the bike looks like a good quality product. It looks worth its money. Pleasant paint, fine welding seams and wires, everything is assembled neatly. There is a direct drivetrain. It's simple and reliable gear. Both wheels have mechanical disc brakes. The rear wheel has the electric motor 250 watts power. The battery and the controller are integrated inside the frame. The lithium battery has 10.4 ampere-hours capacity and 36 volts power. By the way, the manufacturer calls this bike a moped. That means a bicycle with a motor and pedals. So in fact it's really a little moped. There are small pneumatic tires with plastic discs. The footstep is on the rear wheel. At the handlebar there is a phone holder with a charger at the left. Then we see here light buttons, and the headlight is quite decent. At the right there is an accelerator and the little display with battery indicator. The handles are made of a pleasant to touch rubber. Even the brake handle has rubber straps. The seat is big and soft enough. After several days of riding, it's still like new. Well, it's high time to test this bike in practice. Firstly, we are going to ride in this awesome Alton park. By the way, I was completely sure this tiny bike would be too small for me and my 190 cm height. I thought I would look like a circus bear on a bicycle, and it wouldn't be even possible to ride on it. In practice, the things turned out to be much better. Probably I really look like a circus bear, but it's quite comfortable for me to ride this bike. The seat on the handlebar may be adjusted for any height, and the seat is really soft. The bike rides so smoothly, and I can say I'm really enjoying riding it. The motor has power 250 watts. It's enough to start moving from a spot and reach the maximum speed very quickly, but certainly don't expect some insane acceleration. It goes quite smoothly, as I said. But one of the crucial advantages of this bike is different. The point is that it's very compact, but it's still a real bike at the same time, with all its preferences. Let's have a short stop and look how this design works. As I said, the handlebar and seat adjustments have a large travel and can be adjusted almost to any height. I liked how the handlebar is folded. The folding gear seems to be reliable. The frame is also folded, and it has a durable folding lock. The battery is integrated inside the frame and can't be dismantled, and I think it's the first drawback. Now let's check the time what it takes to completely fold the bike. Well, about 20 seconds. A good result, taking into account how small the bike is when it's folded. The dimensions in this mode are 65 to 75 centimeters. In this way, it's one of the most compact bicycles at all. And what about the weight? Let's find out. 18 kilos. Not so light, but it's still possible to carry it. As you may see, it can easily be put into a trunk of a regular car. You even don't need to fold the rear seats. And if you want to go by a public transport, it's also possible. So let's get on another kind of electric transport and do some more tests of our bike. Now we try how it goes on the ground. And again, I really like the performance of this tiny bike. It turns out to be quite swift, especially if you help it with pedals. On the other hand, we remember that it doesn't have any suspension. So it would be not very comfortable to ride this thing on the forest roads, where there are a lot of roots and hammocks. It's much more pleasant to ride this bike on asphalt. As I said, there are no any changing gears, it's direct drivetrain, but the sprocket ratio is appropriate enough, so the speed with pedals is decent, and you can climb a hill at the same time. And now I can say that this bike has a certain advantage in comparison with any electric scooter. When the battery is dead, it's almost impossible to ride any electric scooter, no matter how luxurious it is. But you can easily ride this bike even without the battery, and it's not bigger than any scooter. Now let's see how durable all the gears of the bike, especially plastic discs. I jump downstairs to see if something will be damaged. Then I like how maneuverable the bike is. You can turn around literally on the spot. Well, and again I can say that to my big surprise, I really enjoy riding this tiny moped. But we still have to do the most important tests, maximum speed and range. Meantime, the sun is setting, let's hurry up. While we were charging the battery, it's almost dark outside and so foggy. It looks like a scene from some horror film, not a bike review, doesn't it? I start the tracker application to check the range, and now ready to go. Firstly, let's check the maximum speed without pedals. As you can see, we have 25 km per hour. Not a dragster, of course, but the speed is limited to make it street legal. Well, I was riding more than an hour to empty the battery, and I should mention the decent light that helped me greatly at night. But I don't want to waste your time, so let's move right to the result of the test. And the result is 28 kilometers. But I have to say that we didn't adjust the rear brake, and it slightly slowed down the idle run, and may have lessened the total result. Anyway, I think the maximum range is about 30 kilometers, and that is quite decent to my mind. Well guys, I think all the tests are exhausted today. For my own part, I like this tiny bike, but it's interesting what you think of this moped. Please post your comments. And now let's call it a day. Subscribe the channel if you like this video, stay with us, it will be many more interesting materials here, goodbye.